Hey everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Calvin. Today we're going to do the staple of any good pizzeria. So a good way to test them out, order the Stromboli first. You're going to see how good their dough actually is and see their distribution of ingredients, see how well that they can do this simple thing. So today we're going to go back, kind of look back on the techniques that we learned before with the beignets in our previous videos. We're going to start with a pizza dough. Now it's the same overall technique, same type of dough that you're using, which is a yeast dough, just a little bit different. So pizza dough is really three main ingredients, which is what makes it so easy for such a universal thing. So what we want to do is flour, yeast, and water. Water should be about the same temperature that we had for beignets, a little bit warm, but not hot. That way the yeast can thrive in that kind of environment. So if you want to save yourself that headache, just go to a pizzeria, get the pre-made pizza dough, get it from the store, but try to achieve something that's nice that you made. So over here, we have our pizza dough that has risen. It's been out at room temperature for about an hour now, so it's nice and we can start working with it. All right, so for a simple pizza dough here, we want to go with the same technique that we learned before. So all wet ingredients together, all dry ingredients together. So if you are using a dry active yeast, you want to get it active before we start this process. But if you're using a wet activated, then just mix that with the water that you're going to put into, mix your salt with the flour, and then we're going to bring these two things together. So we want to go 3 cups of flour. We want 1 teaspoon of salt. And then in our other mixture, going 2 tablespoons of dry active yeast that we want to incorporate with 1 1/4 cups of warm water. Once all of that's together, we get it into the bowl, let that sit, let the air and the yeast activate so that it can rise up. So now we want to start working with. This will make enough dough for, you can make enough Strombolis for a family of 4 with this. You could do 1 giant Stromboli, or as we're going to do today, I want to take this and just kind of split it up. So we're going to make 2 different types of Strombolis today. So now we want to get a nice floured surface. Keep adding flour as you see you need it. The best way to do that is just incorporate it just with your hands. Then obviously your hands are working the dough, so it's going to get incorporated like that. We'll just start forming it and shaping it. Go as thin, go as thick as you want to. Sometimes you can just let gravity do the work, where you're just delicately holding on to the top, just letting gravity stretch everything out for you. All right, so now that you have it just about the shape that you want to, now we can start working with it. So the first one we're going to do is a nice meat lovers one. So you want to line it all up. You want to stick away from the edges as much as possible, just because you want that all to be sealed up. We're doing some pepperoni, doing some salami, and some real nice classic Italian. For mine, I chose fresh mozzarella. And you could use any type of mozzarella, really any cheese. That's the beauty of this, is that the world is your oyster. You do whatever you want with it. This is a good recipe if you want to make 1 Stromboli and then save the other half of it. And then you want to do a pizza or something like that the next day. So now that we have everything that we want in our Stromboli in there, we want to get some egg wash one right around the edge. That's going to be our sealer right there. So that's what's going to, basically the glue that's going to hold everything together. So now that we have that, whole goal is to take this, we're going to flip it over like that. And that's where, so we're going to just kind of pinch everything down. Now that's going to make it seal a little bit. But this is where this comes in. Where now we want to fold that up. Now that egg wash is going to hold everything in. We don't want to fold it over too much, otherwise some areas are going to cook faster than other areas. So now everything is sealed. I'm going to grab whatever we're going to bake onto. Here comes the transplant. All right, so now comes the tricky part, transplanting it. So what we want to do is kind of gently go underneath, push it up a little bit. Then you're going to use your spatula, support the other end, just go like that. Now this is the side. Sealed up the other side, so that's not going to be the pretty side. This is going to be the one that you show. So now everything is going to cook that is inside, and we don't want that steam to be captured. So that's where we come. We just put little slits. This is basically just so that the steam can escape somewhere and everything cooks evenly on the inside, same as the outside. And your product is going to stay crispier for a little bit longer. So now we want to take some more of that egg wash. Now you're just getting a little bit incorporated on top. So we can have a little bit of Parmesan stick right on top. Now we're going to preheat the oven to 425, and we're going to start cooking this. And there we have it, guys. Finished product. So we baked ours at 425 degrees for about 35 minutes. Obviously that time differs whether or not you had your dough nice and thin, whether you want it more thick. But we're looking for the color on top. We're also looking for color on bottom to make sure everything's cooked all the way through. And looks good. So I will see you guys next video. Thanks.